Shaz, when we talked to you before, the first time you guys went down to Ole Miss, there was just kind of talk about, you going back to SEC country and everything. How much does almost kind of having all of that out of the way in that first matchup kind of just allow you to shut out the noise and focus on this game?
Well, even when going into the first time, I ain't really pay no mind to, just another game that's got to be played. I'm not really too big in, like, division of what – or like who we play against and stuff like that. I just take one game at a time and just focus my opponent ahead.
And when you look at, you guys kind of struggled to find some separation against this secondary the last time. What do you guys think that you can kind of do differently in order to exploit some of the weaknesses in their defense?
We moved some parts around, going into this next game plan. I feel like the first time was, just a test for us and our group over here at the receiver core and just the offense in general. But I feel like, what we adjusted now, we got a pretty stronger chance to, really dominate this defense this go around.
What does it mean to you to end your college career in the college football playoff with, a school so close to where you grew up?
Man, it mean a lot, man. The only time I really won a championship was in high school in St. James. That was a feeling I'll never forget. A feeling I could go back to actually. I was at Bama. I couldn't get it done there, but having a God put in position for us to do it again. Chance to do it the right way. With me having a bigger role in that. So just me doing this for this community, for this town. The people that back at home, it mean a lot. You know what I'm saying? That'll be a feeling I know that I remember back a couple years ago. So it'll be a blessing for sure.
Of course, I think about your wild catch to end the Army game some weeks back, but you just heard everyone talk about how Jake had to settle in quickly in his time here. So can you just talk about the chemistry that he has with you all, the receivers room?
Jake. When Jake came in, he immediately, like I said prior, I was the first person to have a throwing session with Jake. As soon as he touched down on campus, as soon as I knew he was coming, I hit him up. As soon as it was official, and then probably like 2 days later, we was out. But us and the guys who were on the field throwing routes with him just to build, just to get started on it quick and early. But since then, we had a bond ever since. We be going to games and we be going to eat out and places stuff like that with Jake. Just to make him feel welcome. And then he'll come in here and watch film with us. Just critique all the things and see what he's seeing. We'll pick it back off each other and stuff like that, man. That's what pros do, And just a step forward for us to make it to the next level we want to. What Jake did coming in here, he came in with the right mindset, and we all leashed on together, and y'all see what we've been through. We here now.
I know that the college football playoffs brings enough motivation in itself, but the way that game went in week 4, does that add any fuel to the fire? Getting a chance to go against Ole Miss again?
For me, I feel like it's just another, like I said, it's just another game. But I think it do add a little fuel to it because how it happened, how it ended, and how it ended up. I don't think nobody on our team wants to feel that way again. I feel like and it's kind of hard to beat a team twice. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like we coming there with the mindset that the growth mindset that we had since then. I feel like it's gonna be a different outcome.
How much deeper do you feel like this wide receiver group has become as the year goes along? There's about 6 different guys that can lead the team in any game in receptions and yards. And how much has your group matured since the beginning of the year?
Yeah, I really think like you said, since week 4, I think coach didn't realize we got way more weapons than what he expected. So like you said, but you give it to anybody on the team. I think one game we passed to all our receivers in our room, and never happened before. That just goes to show you right there, we all could do it. Anytime whoever hot, whoever got the hot hand, that's who's gonna ride. You know what I'm saying? But that just goes to show you how much talent that we have and how much they did a good job recruiting all of us to get us all here in this position right here. So us, we all know we don't have negative energy towards that. We all pat each other on the back, and we just encourage each other, look, what I'm saying, this is your game, what I'm saying, I feel it's your game, and we just all feed on each other, what I'm saying, and just once you have a team and guys like that on your side just bringing you up and encourage you that, that they're riding with you, you know, I mean, it's a booster, you know what I'm saying? You know that you're not alone. Like, even if a bad play comes, you know, you could look to your brother and your brother could be like, look, we're going to get a next play, you know what I'm saying? And then stuff like that just boosts your confidence back up. Like with Jamari. You know, Jamari is a prime example. You know, Jamari came, when he got his shot, you know, he kind of wasn't feeling the flow of things, but, you know, he had his brothers on the side of him, you know, encouraging him, saying, like, look, if you really lock in, you really build your confidence up, you could do something special in this league. And as y'all see now, he is like one of the top guys going to CFP. So, I mean, that goes to show you that just the camaraderie we have in this room.
I think it's doubtful that Bryce is going to be able to play, but what does it say about you guys' group that as big a leader as he is, that you kind of don't miss a beat when you're down a guy?
Right, exactly. But, you know, Bryce is still going to be in the room with us and all that, but, just having that Bryce Bohanna mentality, you know, in our room. You know, we all know the standard, we all know the mindset we gotta have, just like what Bryce did, if not better, you know, and just feed off that energy that Bryce had, and just keeping him up in our hopes, because he definitely keeping us in check still. You know, he still be on our tail about certain stuff about film, and, you know, being here on time, and, you know, make sure everybody's straight on what the day got for the day ahead of us. You know, just having that mindset, you know, it's just a plus to have a guy like Bryce Bohanna in our room.
Going with the veteran leadership, Summerall, of course, left you guys in charge of the team during his time away in Gainesville last week. How was it leading this group over the weekend? What was the main message you guys had to the locker room?
The same thing as it was when we won the championship. It's our team. It's our team. You know what I mean? It's our destiny. I mean, Coach Summerall gave us this our team. So, I mean, we took advantage of it. And we, you know, like I said, with me, Bryce, and Garrett Melman had, you know, we took the room over. And really all of us, you know, we all had each other backs. And we all know we all know what we got to do. We all know the standard, you know, and what we got to do to keep this thing rolling. So, I mean, with Coach John Summerall giving us that week for us to, you know, build some more chemistry together and see the team lead it. You know, I mean, it just added on some more leadership points on our skill, on our side. I mean, you know, what we had lift, and we had some extra route running to do, but, you know, that's all us to keep us back in shape, you know, just for this week coming up.
And a non-Tulane question, but 2019, you were at St. James, won the championship under Valdez. 2 years in, he's already got St. Laurent in the championship. Yeah. What does it mean, or what do you feel about the job he's already done at AUG and how he'll elevate that program going forward?
Man, just him at AUG. He's doing this big one at AUG, and then nothing. I wish nothing but success for all the coaches, for Coach Val and Coach Bryce. You know, that was a big historical moment in that dome, because I was there. I was actually there. You know, what they did, they brought the whole city out in that environment, man. That's something that I've never seen. Even when I went 2019, you know, man. But Coach Val, he's doing something real special over there, and for him to make the dome with that the second year, you know, I mean, that's impressive, you know, with a team like that, a team like St. Aug, you know, was trying to figure it out, trying to get back there, and he did it in 2 years. I mean, it says what it's, you know what I mean, it says a lot, you know, but Coach Val, he's doing a terrific job over there with those kids, you know, with those black intelligent leaders over there, and so is Coach Bryce, you know, y'all know, in the car, he's over there, you know, raising up the black community over there. But, you know, I mean, them two teams going at it, that meant special to the city of New Orleans. And, I mean, congrats to both teams out there. Thank y'all.